So today I'm going to show you how to neck bath your dog, and make sure everything is tightened. There we go. So this is kind of our setup. I have my grooming table hanging over this edge. You want to make sure it's still kind of stable so that your dog isn't too worried about it. And I've got a couple of towels here because the big thing with doing a neck bath is you want to try and prevent the rest of the dog from getting wet, because otherwise you might as well have done a full bath. So I have these here to absorb any water that might come down by this edge. And you have this hanging down. What you're going to do is you're going to lie your dog down with as much of its mane hair and neck hair hanging down over the tub so that you can spray that and work with that without getting the rest of your dog wet. You want to make sure you're very prepared. So I have my shampoo right here. I have my absorbent towel to towel dry afterwards, because again, you want to make sure that you're not dripping a ton of water down onto the rest of your dog. So you want your towel ready. My sprayer is at the correct temperature setting, and I have my conditioner, because usually when you're doing a neck bath, you're doing it because you had your dog in hairspray, and so you want to make sure that you're really conditioning that hair afterwards, because the hairspray can really dry out the hair. So let's see if I can get my dog over here and get him set up for a bath. There we go. Okay. So I have my dog here. I'm going to pop his last band. There we go. And now for the tricky part, I'm trying to get him leaned over without moving my towels too much. You're all right. Good boy. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. I've got you. I've got you. Oh. Ricky, your life isn't this difficult. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So, he hasn't done this a ridiculous amount. You're all right. So he can still sometimes get a little bit nervous about it. But we've got as much of his mane hair hanging over the tub. I'm going to make sure his other ear hair is tucked under. We may have to redo his ear hair, but that's all right. Okay, so he's about as close as he's going to get. Good boy. Good. I'm just reassuring him just because he is a little bit nervous about it. So I'm going to get my water back to the correct temperature. There we go. And I'm just going to start wetting it, going only as far as my hairspray has gone. I'm just going to wet it a little bit. Around the head, you'll have to just gently push the head back. And again, trying to push it away. You're all right, you're all right. From the table so that you're getting as little wet on the table as possible. And once you've got them all nice and wet, you don't have to be crazy thorough, because this will still work into their hair, because it is a mix with water. You're just going to start working it through, making sure that you get kind of right down to as deep as you would have gotten the hairspray. You can definitely kind of feel where your hairspray has started, so you know exactly where to go. You're just going to gently work it in. You don't want to be twirling your hair around a bunch and all that kind of stuff. If you were at a show trying to do this at your table, you would have some buckets under here, and then you'd be using that water to splash it up and onto your dog. So it's the exact same concept. You're all right, you're all right. Good boy. Head, head, head. Good boy. He doesn't want to have his head over the edge here, so I'm just going to put some shampoo in it and then massage it in. Good boy. Just hold his head. So you're just going to keep shampooing it, making sure you reach everywhere. Trying, if you can, to avoid doing the ears and such, because the less that you have to do, the better. But trying to make sure you really get in down to the roots, all the way where there is any shampoo and stuff left. Just gently trying to work it in. And it'll turn kind of a little bit gluey initially, but then it'll work out from there. And stopping and using my fingers. And whenever I feel I need more, come back to using this. Making sure you get as close to the eyes as possible, because you would have put spray there for doing the bubble, but of course you don't want to get the actual eyes themselves. Again, just scrubbing this. If I find an area I need more shampoo, just going to use it. I'm running out of shampoo, but I think I've gotten it worked through enough. As you can see, he's relaxed a little bit now. He's realized that this is what's happening. It's not that bad. Alright. So, once you feel like you've worked it through, you feel like you hopefully have kind of broken up any of the hairspray, you can just rinse in exactly the same way. You just want to make sure that you're thorough and get all that shampoo out. Again, trying to do it away from the table as much as you can. Can be a bit of back-breaking work doing it here, but making sure you do the underside as well. Giving it a good feel, making sure that you're just getting everywhere that you can. feel like you got it all worked out, you turn off your water, and then we're going to squeeze out the excess water. Now, depending on how you prefer to use your conditioner, I usually just put it in lightly and then leave it in. But if you like to let yours, put yours in, let it soak in, and then rinse it out, you would do that now. I don't, so what I'm going to do is put a bit in my hands. I'm going to rub it, and I'm going to just gently work it through. And if I feel I need to do any more, again, the hairspray will dry out your hair, so you do want to do a good conditioner. And then for me, once I've done that, I will towel dry it, because that just kind of removes the excess. I find if there is any excess of conditioner, that way it's not going to be too greasy. So I'm just towel drying him, using squishing motions to get the hair or the water out from the hair. Underside, bringing this out when it gets fullish, and then we'll towel dry again, because again, you don't want this to be dripping down on all your other coat that didn't need to be washed, so it won't need to be dried. So just towel dry it good bit. So that it's kind of as dry as I can get it. Good boy. As you can see, he's definitely relaxed a lot more, realize that it's not that scary. Was it that scary? Alright. So, I think that is towel dried a pretty good amount. So, squeeze out. As you can see, his mane is all towel dried, but that is as wet as his sides got. This side always gets a little bit wetter because it soaks through the towels a little bit. And this side is virtually completely dry, so we just have to dry these sections here.